today we're talking about favor. I'll run through it because I like the question part of everything. And I was, as I was asking God that, okay, what angles do we do favor from? The Bible text that came out to me is, God, you will love this one. Proverbs 18:22. Proverbs 18:22. The Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Number one, favor is obtainable. That's the point number one. Favor is obtainable. That's one down, free of charge. Number two, if you are seeking for a good thing, which is God, and then it comes with favor. Once you find a good thing, you will find favor. In your search, you have to have an understanding of what it is that you're looking for exactly. If you hit it right, then you'll be fine. The Bible is making it clear to us here that the carrier of favor is God. One of the prayers the Geo prays for us is that may you find favor in the sight of God and in the sight of man. Because in some cases, you might already be favored, but man might be resisting you. Those who are to drop your package and drop your reward or drop your approve your application might be against you for some weird reason or the other. You might just have that face that allows you, that makes you look like somebody that nobody wants to help. And sometimes, we get that. But then you can obtain favor from God and then now use that favor to work for you. There are many things in which you can do with favor, but I will go into that one later on. Psalm 90 verse 17 says, let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us and establish the works of our hand. Favor allows the work that you're doing to gain ground. Many people are working. In fact, I'll use my own life as an example. See, there's really nothing special about me. It's very simple. It is just God's favor that is allowing my situation to work. I will give you many examples, but one of the things that I've realized is this. If you are obedient, the Bible says you will eat the good of the land. Yes, that's nice. But it doesn't tell you the in-betweens. So I had this 10 list pager, fine girls that I've met across the world as I was serving, as I'm serving, I kept my one eye open. So I wasn't serving blindly. I'm serving on one side, I'm serving on the other, making sure that I'm okay. Because our parents will always come up and say, focus on your work. Don't look at anybody, focus on your school. Don't let anybody distract you. And then, 2 months later, maybe after graduation or as where are you marrying? I'm like, if I've been focusing, how can I go and just bring one magical person and turn up to you guys? So I brought my list of 10 ladies and they tore my list completely. I almost cried. Why? Because I've done investments all over the place, paid for this one's whatever. This one was doing birthday, I cleared the bill, all that stuff. So I've put some people on ice. You go to some of those restaurants, fancy restaurants, they put a particular item on ice or up to when they want to consume it. So when they tore my list, that's investments being turned away. And then I asked them, what is your own list? What should I go after? And, my dad and mom gave me a long list of, I think about 12 items of what they want in the person I should marry. And of course, I went ahead and started repraying my prayers from the beginning. And then, it was now simple. Not anyone from that old list, but a completely new wave. So just, it narrowed down to 2 people, actually 1 person, until God showed me the other one proper, because the initial person that you said, there's nothing wrong with this lady, she's just not the one. So, I learned that. So when I now got my own one, I can tell you that after that being obedient, receiving the good of the land, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. He who finds an husband or gets an husband or allows the husband to find them. If your Bluetooth is on, then in the searching, they would find you. You know, if your Bluetooth is off, then they won't be able to find you. So you know, found this amazing individual, and then the floodgates just opened because I submitted. In submission, then favor kicks in, and God favor turns everything around easily. You know, we on Twitter, apparently they were fighting. I don't know what they were fighting about. You know, one guy came up, started doing maths for me, said that if you sold the wristband at 200 naira for one, this is how much you would have made. I was 24 then. We sold each wristband for 1,000 naira. So if you are doing maths, come and meet the owner of the maths. Let's do the calculation properly together. And if I was 24 then, what do you think I'm doing now? But anyway, we are not even going into that. Even with all of that, having found a good thing and then obtaining favor, because favor is obtainable through submission, favor is obtainable through obedience, favor is obtainable through service. Oh my God. Nehemiah referred to this with the king as well. If I've seen favor in your sight, this is my own version of the Bible, then you would release me to go and fix my own home. And the king allowed that. That was the beginning of the rebuilding of the wall in Jerusalem. It is favor comes through service. It was due to the service of Nehemiah that allowed him to obtain favor. And once he got that favor, like, man, okay, go. I mean, what do you even need as well? Then you'll be able to go and then perform this duty, and I'll support you. Favor changes everything. The regular dynamics that you should have experienced, you won't even get to experience it again. But in this case, everything turns around and your levels increase. For me, I went into a completely different dimension after marrying that fantastic girl, because I obtained favor from God. So if I jump into any place, there's favor all around me. People will just support me. People would just want to help me. It just became easier. There was less and less struggle. I'm trying for the best way to explain it. As in, everything just became easier. Literally, even till now. Okay, Leke City Mall is probably one of the biggest landmarks in the city of Lagos. All right. There's been a youth church using one of the facilities in there, I don't know, cinema or something, for years. Even before we started the bridge. I remember it was Sunday, we went to Leke City Mall to go and do to pray on a Mr. Biggs, which is like your own maybe Burger King or McDonald's franchise that one of our aunties, church members owned, but she's quite close to Daddy Gio. That was another example of favor. I mean, why would Daddy Gio on a Sunday morning go to a mall? Because the lady obtained favor in his sight through a service in the mission. I mean, countless hours just being there and then working for God, supporting and relieving the stress on one part of the assignments that the Jews has from him. This time the bridge wasn't even in view. Anyway, we went into the mall, and the mall went nuts. I tried to tell Daddy Jew, you're not a regular human being. I don't know how to explain that to you. But anyway, went into the mall, and people ran out of the cinema. They had to pause the movie because even the people in the cinema did not understand what was going on. Someone just came and said, Daddy Joe is outside. People just kept running out of the mall. Immediately he prayed on the place. We had to literally bundle him, as in carry him on our head like a Davido concert, and then take him into the car. The mall went nuts. People left their food, their ordered food, as in the whole mall went nuts. And it was like, so that means I can't come and shop. I said, sure, this is Sunday when they are not even, or Sunday morning when people are not apparently around. So imagine when they were not around and when they are there physically. Anyway, let me fast forward. God helped us to start Living Seed Church, the bridge in Leke. And we went back to this Leke City Mall. the insurance says and the rule says there is no gathering of religious status of any kind, not Christian, not Muslim, not Christmas, not traditional herbalist, nothing, no Shango, no anybody. But while we were there, because we have obtained favor through service, through finding a good thing, through obedience, because my brother just passed and they say, go and start parish. I'm like, then you are lucky I'm not an American, because I'm supposed to cry foul on many grounds. You're affecting my mental state. I can look for all those English that I learned while we were in the States last year, June and October, and use it to blackmail them. But, they just threw me like, go and start service, go and start a parish. And then I obeyed. So obedience gave me favor by the extension of one of the benefits of obedience. So getting there, this man that we were speaking to, the manager that owns the place, because he has to ask permission from the owners of the actual mall. Obviously, they were going to turn it down. Like, nah, man, we don't do, you know the rules. And the guy just whispered to us that, say you are doing CSR, you are feeding people, what not. Okay, so we claim we were feeding people doing CSR. He's the one who told us exactly what to say. He said, I'm going to call my boss now. I'll be shouting at you guys, but please, in your response, make sure you just keep repeating these same things, because they're listening on the call, but you don't know this. And after the whole shout and we finished, the guy now whispered, yeah, I'm a Christian too. I go to redeem before. Okay. So we obtain favor one way or the other without even trying. So we get to do a church service in one of the biggest landmarks in Lagos. The governor's office is right behind us. The immigration's office is in front of us. The deputy governor's campaign office is to our side. Everything, the express is on the other side. The DSS base in Lagos is on that same side. If not for the favor that we received, we've done the first one. And the second one, someone came in and said, you know what, you guys are doing this. I want to pay for the stage and the sound. That took 3.5 million off our budget immediately. Some other people came with drinks. Some guys came in that want to do free haircuts for people. Someone says we're doing makeup and braiding hair in real time. Since you guys say you're doing CSR, Colgate came from nowhere. I don't know, maybe they thought our mouth would be smelling and they started sharing toothpaste and all of that stuff. Favor reduces the stress that should have been upon you. Favor will probably reduce the cost that would also be upon you. Favor allows you to break grounds that you can't handle by yourself. The expense on you would reduce when you obtain favor. God is extremely intentional about everything that is around you when you have favor. The general overseer probably has a 1,000,001 stories about how, it was as in our father in the Lord, Pastor Adeboye, how he's traveling across the world. First time he went to do a maths thing, and God just showed him favor amongst everybody else, because God allowed him to be showed preference. Someone saw him in the crowd and it was just oozing favor. That's part of the things that I'm trying to get us to actually think of this in this our session. Part of your prayer points, if you're going to codedly write it down already, is that from now on you would ooze favor, because then some people would just see you and go, you know what, I want to help you. You look like someone that I want to help. You look like someone I want to work with. You look like somebody that I want to make sure is okay. So that is a possibility. You can ooze favor. People can just come and be nice to you for no reason, that even you'll be wondering what's going on. Like, did I wear the perfume where I wear today, or is there something written around me that just says, be extra nice to this person? And the Bible, the Bible makes many things clear. If you go all the way from the beginning with Noah, in Genesis, chapter 6, and you can verse 8, or anywhere across where you first find Noah. There were many people there, but why was it this guy was the only one picked out to be given the instructions so that he can be saved? There were other people there. There could have been other people, but for some weird reason, he found grace in the sight of God, and that connected him with favor. So grace will connect you to favor. I mean, and then his whole family were just in line. And that's one of the things I'm enjoying. That's one of the things I love about RCCG. There's this covenant that I've seen, and I'm not speaking because I am the Geo son. There's this covenant I've seen with this church. It's almost a problem. Well, it's not a problem. It's a good problem, to be precise. We got to Samoa Islands, and these guys don't even know who Daddy Joe is like that. One of them stumbled across the Open Heavens, the hardcore book. They study it. They use it as their morning devotion. They use it as their church services on Sunday. They use it for everything, to the point where it started changing lives. The president got his attention was called to what was going on. There was no Nigerian pastor there with an accent from Ogbomoso or anything. These are 100% indigenes. And the redeem was there. And I'm wondering if, as in, we're not moving fast enough that it was Open Heavens that had to go ahead for us. First program ever, the president was at the venue. Almost the whole nation turned up because the president is there. So I see the benefit of this favor, that God has given to this mission. So I just lined in, like Noah lined up his whole family. I just lined in. I'm in favor, free ride on the favor. So why do I want to go and struggle by myself if I can get an opportunity to do life without stress, to do life where I'm not riding against the current, but rather I'm being helped by the current. If you ever watch the cartoon Nemo, I have children. Well, that's not an excuse. I've been watching Simpsons even before my children came. So I love cartoons. But in order to this guy, we have children.